for controller. So responsibilities for controller also we have discussed. So just for the points to maintain in the notes we are added. So what are the responsibilities? Receiving the request, process the request by executing action method. Controller will receive the request and process that request and request by executing action method to communicate with model or to communicate with view. When it will communicate with model, if that request is required to communicate database. When it will communicate with view, if the request is required to display web page. Sending the response to the browser. So these are all the responsibilities are doing by the controller. What are the responsibilities are doing by the controller? Yeah, come on. What are the responsibilities are doing by the controller? Receiving the request, process the request by executing the action method, and to communicate, it will communicate based on the request either model or view, and whatever response it will get it, that will be sending to the browser. Okay. Here very simple, at the time of executing action method, controller will contain action method. Here you can observe this method is called action method, controller. So at the time of executing action method, controller will communicate with model based on the requirement. So that means the total story of controller is very simple. Controller is responsible for to process the request and to process the response. That's it. It may